So, boys, I'm taking a look at some of the Underdog player props on Underdog right now. So if anyone is new, before I put in this, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe. I'm going to be giving you guys a bunch of player props. This can also apply to different websites like Underdog or Prize Picks or BetMGM Sportsbook, all those other sites. If you guys are not already on Prize Picks or Underdogs, the links are in my description. Great websites for player props. They are amazing. Available in 30 out of 50 states, so that's pretty awesome as well. But they match your first deposit up to $100. So if you guys deposit $50, they'll match it. They'll give you guys $100, $20. They'll match it, give you guys $40. So pretty good deal right there. For that, definitely recommend checking that out. That is in my description, as well as my Discord link and my Patreon link. $10 a month, you guys can get my daily picks. Definitely recommend starting this on December 1st, though, so you guys can get it for the rest of December instead of just the rest of November. But my Discord link is down there as well. So I definitely recommend joining my Discord. You guys can talk to me and a bunch of other people about some different props and stuff like that. So that's pretty awesome. I just started that. So yeah, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe. We're going to go ahead and hop straight into this here. Sorry for the longer intro. Just got to get a lot of stuff off there right there. So let's go ahead, though, talk about some of these. Also look at some rivals as well. But let's go ahead and start talking about some of these here. So first one here, let's take a look at what they have on here. So they don't... hold on, I can't even spell here. Tevin Coleman, they have a 39.5. I definitely like Coleman on the over in this game. So you're probably going to question me here because I talked a lot about this in my Prize Picks video, which was likely posted. Ooh, that might be a pretty good one. I might like that one. But I talked about this already in my Prize Picks video, but you guys are probably questioning me because he only had 5, 4, 3 attempts, and he's gotten 16, 29, 11. But the reason is Michael Carter's out. He's on IR. He got hurt late in last game. So Tevin Coleman should be taking over as a lead back. Him or either Ty Johnson. But Tevin Coleman should at least be able to get about 10 carries and should be able to run for 4 yards each carry. 4 average yards per carry. So that's where I think he should be at. But let's take a look at here on team rankings, and let's take a look at rushing defense, opponent rushing yards per game. So let's take a look at this here. And Houston right here, who is this matchup, is at 133 average yards per game. They're the third easiest rush defense in the NFL. Take a look at number 5 here. That's from my Prize Picks video I just recorded. But let's take a look at here. Tevin Coleman. So Tevin Coleman here, he is projected for 44 rushing yards, putting him about 5 yards over this 40-yard rushing prop, which I definitely do like. But we're going to go ahead and compare him to Rex Burkhead because I have not seen this one. Ooh, he had 18 attempts last week. Ooh. That's a big number. Man, he only had 40 rushing yards on 18 attempts. Man, what happened to Houston? Where was the running backs? They had David Johnson. They just cut Phillip Lindsay, so that's really interesting. I wouldn't touch that then. I'd almost take Rex Burkhead over rushing. That's interesting because he got 18 attempts last week. Where do they have Burkhead on here? I did not see him. All right, they have him at Rex Burkhead rushing. They have him at 12 attempts for 52 yards. Okay. That's definitely interesting. That could be a good one as well. I did not see that before. I'm really liking this one. Because if you take a look at the Jets here, they're allowing the 4th most rushing yards. Burkhead, over 30, to get 37 rushing yards, sounds like a pretty good bet. Number 5 looks at it as well. I think he gets more than Coleman. If he's getting 18 attempts per game, he's also splitting time with Ty Johnson. That could be a good one as well. Plus the half a yard, too. Could be pretty good right there. If you guys want to take a look at that one. Glad I found that one right there. Let's take a look at now. We'll go to quarterback here. Let's see where they have Tyrod. They met 22.9. We take a look at rushing yards too. Let's take a look at these props right here. They have him compared to Zach Wilson. Not a big fan of that one. That rivals prop right there. They have rushing yards with David Johnson. That's interesting. But let's take a look at here. Tyrod. So Tyrod Taylor. Where does number 5 have him? So passing yards, they have him at 224, and they have the rushing yards at 26. So they have him barely over for rushing, and they have him barely under for passing yards. So that's really interesting. Probably wouldn't touch this one in my opinion. I like him a lot better on Prize Picks if you guys are not already on there. They have him at 215. So I like that a lot on the over. That's a 15-yard difference that I'm not really sure that I want to go ahead and touch. So let's take a look at, though, some more here. So let's take a look at... They have Fournette. They have 90 rushing and receiving. Okay. Oh, they have him with Jonathan Taylor. I think Jonathan Taylor... I love Jonathan Taylor. I'm a big Wisconsin fan. But I don't know if Jonathan Taylor's going to go off against the Buccaneers. Like, obviously, he's not going to go as well as he did against the Bills. But I don't know. I think Tampa should be able to contain them. They have a pretty good rushing defense. So, but rushing and receiving here. Let's take a look at this here. So we are on Fournette, correct? Yeah, 35, 39. So yeah, he's right around that range. It's really tough right there. I hate all the combined rushing and receiving. We're just going to fade that one because I really like the just rushing. That's what Prize Picks does well. I love Underdog, don't get me wrong, but they do a lot of like combined ones that I'm not a big fan of usually. So yeah, they don't have completions for Matt Ryan. I really like that one. Trying to find some more to give you guys here. Definitely don't want to do a soccer one. They don't have the other guy I want here. Take a look at Saquon rushing. Ooh. That could be pretty good. 25, 9. We had 6 rushing attempts against Tampa. They were throwing the ball quite a lot in that game. And the Eagles should be able to creep a little bit closer. So let's see where number 5 is Barkley, because that's been pretty interesting. Whoops. Barkley here they have at 66 rushing yards on 14 rushing attempts. Where's Philadelphia's run defense rank? They're about 21, 116 per game. The numbers recently don't really equal that, but if you take a look at his rushing attempts back then, where the game was a little bit closer, he was doing pretty good. Dallas, they got blown out. Buccaneers, they got blown out. In a game against the Eagles, that number has dropped a little bit, that I think there's a potential overvalue in this for Saquon Barkley. So if you guys get what I'm saying there. They have him with Miles Sanders with a plus 9.5. Has Miles Sanders been that good? Man. I know the Eagles have had tough running back decisions here. They like Barkley there with the extra yards. So, yeah, almost 10 yards, man. That could be pretty good as well. They have him at 12 attempts. And they gave him 16 attempts right there against New Orleans. Yeah, I kind of like Barkley. That might be even better than just the Barkley straight up yards. I think you might be able to take Barkley against Miles Sanders. I think that's a pretty good play right there. So potential value right there in Saquon Barkley. You guys can kind of get him on the low. So we take a look at some other ones here. They don't really have as much as I thought they were going to on here, unfortunately. They have Lawrence and Mike Davis yards right there. They have Arnold and Pitts. Pitts has been pretty good as of late. They have him at 66. It's a big number right there for Arnold. We're not going to touch that one. Just trying to find some value here right here for you guys. Again, the Tevin Coleman one looks pretty freaking good. And the Burkhead, just if he gets that many attempts. But I've seen a lot on Pharaoh Brown. I've seen a little bit on him. That's a really weird one, though. Pharaoh Brown and Ryan Griffin. Kind of weird for Underdog to have that, but not have just individual Fournette rushing yards. But whatever. Des Fitzpatrick and Kendrick Bourne. The Titans are down so many receivers, though. Honestly, should we take a look at this one? 3 for 35, 1 for 28. That's it. That's really interesting. They have him at 32.5 right there. Because they were down A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. I believe they're also down Julio Jones in this game against the Patriots. So in a game where they should probably be throwing a lot and the Patriots probably run the ball a lot, maybe the move is Des Fitzpatrick. He's 4 for 98. He's a big play guy. That's definitely an outlier, but honestly, the Fitzpatrick, just the yards, not even the rivals, just taking him on the yards could be a good move. So let's take a look at Fitzpatrick here. Fitzpatrick here, they have him at 43 receiving yards. So that puts him well over by about 11 yards. So number 5 agrees with me. It says Des Fitzpatrick should be able to hit this over here. Yeah, I think he only needs like 3 catches to do it, and yeah, I mean they have no one else to throw to, so I definitely think that could be a good move there for the Tennessee Titans. Let's just see who the other guys they have for the Titans. Who do they have for receiver? So Nick Westbrook, Ikine, Dontrell Hilliard, Deonta Foreman. Dude, these Titans are so banged up. They're about as bad as the Packers right now. My Packers, dude, are so freaking banged up. We're missing like 7 of our 9 best starters. It's insane. We're so banged up, and people don't even realize it. Like our defense. Man, anyways, I could go on a whole nother conversation about the Packers here, but I'm not going to. But take a look at Tannehill. We don't want really to take a look at. Hilliard and Foreman are definitely interesting. I'm not sure they're going to be running the ball a whole lot, especially being down how many weapons they are. But Foreman, that could be a pretty good under. I kind of like that, man. 25, 30, 29. He hasn't even come close. I know they just went down a receiver, but what do they have him at? Why is my cap locks on? Foreman here. They have him at 64 rushing. All right, I'm missing something then. We're not going to touch that one. But maybe that's an overplay according to number fire by a pretty good amount too. But they have Dontrell Hilliard there too. I know they just cut Adrian Peterson, but rip him. Hilliard, they have at 32 rushing and 25 receiving, so they like him a lot on the over in this game as well. So he went pretty well over against Houston as well. 8 catches for 47 yards. Maybe that's where Tannehill's throwing the ball instead of Dez Fitzpatrick. But yeah, 8 catches for 47 yards. If he gets 8 catches, he's probably going over that number once again. So, and they're going to be throwing the ball a lot. Maybe Hilliard is a little bit of value right there for the over right there, just because of his receiving game. I mean, 8 catches, man. You're gonna get a lot. You're gonna get a lot of yards off of that. So definitely like that against the Patriots. I think that could be pretty good because you're gonna be throwing the ball a lot. So definitely a lot of value on the underdog board. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for the video, man. I appreciate you guys watching. Again, if anyone is new, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn post notifications. Those 3 things would help me out. But Patreon link is in the description for those prize picks. Discord link is in the description. Promo codes are in the description. All that stuff are in the description. But subscription is on the page. So yeah, if you guys are not already subscribed, definitely click that red button that says subscribe and like the video. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.